Alright, I'm above Sorge, pretty far up. What we have here is a nice obrok, which has some nice inscriptions. See, we have the cross, we have here a flower, and more crosses. They look like the Celtic cross. People put some money on top. They can be quite old for local festivities, remembrances and whatnot. Quite nice to see in the whole surrounding area. So there's a nice place to hike. There is a horse farm as well, as you can see. So people come with a horse, take a ride in the mountains, just chill out. So this is interesting, I've never been here. What we find here is, let's say, semi-abandoned settlement with what seems to have once been a village house. Very interesting style. Could be that someone still lives here. We have a big old shed made of stones and twigs still standing. Another shed right here. And an old truck, which I really like as well. Seeing this sort of abandoned things. This could still be inhabited. It seems I get the inhabited signs. Must be careful for dogs, but let's go and check out this place. Yeah, definitely inhabited, at least in the back. I think it's once been, let's say, central part of the settlement. Could be a municipality house. In the back are the other houses, but this was, let's say, a central house, not just a living residence. Could have been the place where people got together, even if Chitalište, not quite sure. It's a remarkable style. So as you've seen in my videos, there's abandoned places everywhere, like here. We see an old house. Could be that the shepherd still lives here, but at least there's no one home. We see the antenna up there, which is interesting. Made on just a wooden stick put up there. And here's the house. It's quite old. Let's see. Now if you see my videos regularly, you know what typical age I guess them. It could be 80 years, it could be 100. This one's probably 60 to 80. It's not 200 years, it's pretty, let's say, in a newer style. We can see that the wood is quite well structured, so it's not old. You can see the curtains still hanging there. The glass is still in. Single glass windows. Interestingly, what we see here, can you imagine someone laying on the bed there? But there's no one, see? We see some old car seats on top of the beds. I don't know why. No idea. See a cupboard, see a chair. Chair is not that old, so this is not a very long ago abandoned place. We see some pills, whatever. Not that interesting. Here's a house. Quite cool. There's still a lot of cow dung or whatever, so it could still be used. There we see an old shed up there, but there's nothing there either. So just a very old settlement again. We see an old bench where someone used to sit in front of this house and then overlook the field, overlook their little property, the shed. Just sit here quietly. We see some old walls around and apple trees, whatnot. There's obviously a lot more houses here covered in the trees, but I'm not gonna do a full exploration. Don't have the time. Basically, I know what there is to see. It's not much new, let's say. See the little wall? That means that it's property border these fences of the path. Means there's more houses than just this one. Just look how the wood was woven, let's say, to make this type of shed. It's interesting to see how it's built. Inside there's nothing except some work equipment, some tires, and it's just left to collapse right now. And we have an old abandoned ladder. This may very well be a car just, probably not with the keys in, that doesn't really happen. But just left, who knows, keys could be in any of these houses, it's very likely. And it's just left like this. There's no one to take the car. Like you can easily just go on a rampage, guys. Everything is just left. And that's the unfortunate reality here in Bulgaria. There's not even anyone to take the belongings sometimes. Like if the person's kids live in the US, do you truly think that they'll come for the funeral, let's say, but to arrange all of the stuff for a house that you're probably never going to sell? Eventually the hard choice gets made. Sometimes, not always, not even in the majority of cases, the hard choice gets made to just leave things. Just leave it. Nothing else to do. You can't really sell the car. You're not gonna sell the place. There's just too much effort. People have their jobs. They cannot get more bereavement leave in the US. It's just impossible. And that's the life that a lot of people have. Don't forget that. In the Balkans. It's sad, but reality. No matter how beautiful it may seem here, there is always a sense of melancholy in the back that goes unnoticed often, but it's there.